Love is in the air today as millions of people celebrate Valentine's Day with their special someone. It is also a day where many can feel alone and possibly turn to dating apps and the internet to form a connection. The FBI wants to warn you to be on alert for potential scammers looking to take advantage. The FBI says that romance scams are on the rise, with a record $1.3 billion lost to these types of cons just in 2022 alone. Georgia, in fact, ranks number 17 in the nation, with 425 victims losing $10.5 million. And that's just from people who report this crime. The FBI estimates the actual number could be 2 or 3 times greater. Now, to help me put all of this into perspective and help protect you and your loved ones this Valentine's Day and really throughout the year is Supervisory Special Agent Aaron Sears, joining me here at the First Alert Desk. Special Agent, thank you so much for carving out time out of your busy schedule to talk about these important types of scams. Before we get too far into it, for those that might be hearing about this for the first time, what are romance scams?
So thank you for having me, first of all. Appreciate the time. Romance scams, simply put, is a confidence scam. It's an old con game from years ago where I'm trying to get into your life, build relationship, build trust with you, with the end goal. At the end of the day, I'm trying to isolate you. I'm trying to make you believe that, I am your boyfriend, your friend, your future husband, future wife, with the goal of eventually asking you to either give me some money because I need it for a certain reason to help me move money, or I'm just trying to get your personal information to maybe use it for another nefarious purpose.
And, we just listed out a few statistics. The main takeaway from that is that these types of crimes are on the rise and at a rapid rate. What do you think is attributing to this growth that law enforcement is seeing, the FBI is seeing?
Yeah, I think the couple factors have kind of played into where we're at today with the large growth of fraud. One is social media, computer access. Years ago you'd have to come to an individual in person, fax machine, stuff we don't use anymore. Now my phone is a doorway to my life, right in my hand or in my pocket, right? So I have access to you. We have a lot of people who post-COVID, right? We're shuttered in, we're inside, we're looking for relationships online and through these different social apps, different dating sites, different chat rooms. So it gave the criminals an opportunity to go and connect with you in a way that they haven't before in the past. And I think in addition, we have a large growing elderly population, more susceptible, both from a mental perspective and from a isolation perspective. So all those factors are coming together, allowing criminals to use all of this information that's out there on us to come into your doorway through your phone and try to defraud you at some point.
I think there's a popular saying, love can make us blind, and with that, romance scams are often underreported, and that could be a result of feeling shame that you fell victim. I feel like that could be said about many types of fraud crimes, but for those that are might be watching this and have an experience themselves where they fell victim or almost fell victim, what is the message from the FBI?
From the FBI, I would say, first of all, our heart breaks for you for these kind of victims. It's a horrific crime because it not only takes your funds, but also, plays on your emotions and makes you think there was something that was happening that was not, on a very personal level. So, what I would tell you from our knowledge and experience, I talk to victims quite a bit, is that these are professional criminal organizations. These are people who get up every day for their job to be defrauding you. So they know which heartstrings to pull, they know what information to look for, they know how to isolate you, they know exactly how to get you to a point where you feel very comfortable with them and you trust them, with your hard-earned money or other information. You're not alone in this. People often think that I've been duped, or I'm kind of, feel bad that I'm just kind of dumb, or was taken advantage of. Again, these are professional con men. They know what they're doing. There's a lot of people in your situation. The best thing to do is to talk to folks about it, kind of go through your own grieving process, get as much assistance and support around you as you can.
I know the best way to avoid falling victim is to be on alert and really look to prevention. But is there anything that the FBI does once someone has already fallen victim, or at least they suspect that they might be falling victim and come forward and report that? How does the FBI and local law enforcement proceed with addressing that crime in its motion?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, we get complaints all the time. For the FBI, it's set up as www.ic3.gov, G-O-V. That's where you're going to want to report your crime. It immediately gives us the opportunity, if the money was recently lost, to try to get back whatever we can. If we can get funds back, that's great. Oftentimes, funds are lost because they're sent overseas. It's a little bit more challenging to get. The message I would tell you, if you've been a victim, it's ongoing, and you realize that you've been a victim of fraud, immediately report it, immediately work with your financial institution to try to stop any funds that are being sent. And then, talk to folks about it. Again, it may seem shameful, it may feel bad about what happened to you, but you're going to need the help from your friends, your families, your loved ones, because you're not only just dealing with the loss of your money that you have to deal with, but potentially loss of a relationship that you were expecting as you were going forward. So if you feel you've been in a fraud, stop the communications, do not send any more money, and report it immediately to the FBI.
We talk about these romance scams, and you touched upon something important, that they can be go on for months, and these criminals and these con artists really take their time to build that trust, as you said. For someone who might think that they are in a legitimate online relationship, we talk about technology, deep fakes, AI, all of these tools that are now enabling con artists to be a little sneakier with the con that they are executing. How should people, I guess, be on alert without also putting themselves in a position that they're missing out on these online relationships that more and more people are falling into?
Yeah, I would just say just healthy skepticism is a good approach to online relationships. See, at the end of the day, I'm not discouraging people from looking for love or relationships or friendships. Like, you may want to go out and just have a general chat room where you talk about common interests. That's great. The difference comes in when you're being isolated, you're being asked to move to a private encrypted platform to talk. Why can't we just keep talking on the regular platform? You're being asked for information that is maybe a little forward at the beginning, and you're not getting information in return, right? If you're going to have a real relationship with somebody, they're going to be willing to offer you personal details, personal contact. They're going to have the ability to video call you, talk with you in great length, and things that you can verify, right? Not just a stock photo that you can find on the internet, but just actual information that is much more verified. And again, even in those situations where you felt you've built a very trusting relationship up, I would highly encourage you, do not send money to someone you haven't met in person.
Are there any things that people do wrong in these situations when they find themselves in trouble, falling victim to a scam, and maybe try to take action on their own?
Yeah, I think the biggest issue that I see that comes up is you don't talk to folks about it, you don't let anybody in because, again, you're feeling a little bit embarrassed, and then you don't deal with the situation in a timely manner, and we may have lost opportunities to help you. You may have lost opportunities that your bank could have helped you out. So there's that component of it. There's also a real fact that once you've been contacted by one of these criminals, and I just call them criminals because that's what they are just bad actors who are looking to steal your money. These people, once they've identified you as a victim, will try to re-victimize you. So oftentimes, say you sent cryptocurrency, I may find a later call comes from someone saying, hey, I can help you recover your funding. I'm a specialty recovery company. Or I am with the Social Security Administration or the FBI or the DEA. I'm a government official, and you're in a different kind of trouble now because you help participate in money laundering. Again, these are just ways that you'll try to be re-victimized. So even after you've been a victim, you need to stay vigilant and on the alert for unusual emails, unusual contacts, unusual text messages, and just, again, government agencies are not going to contact you and ask you to send them a gift card or money over the phone. They're going to give you all the information to make you comfortable you're actually talking to the government.
Special Agent Aaron Sears with the FBI Atlanta office, thank you so much for your time, your expertise. I know you and I were talking before this, and you said something along the lines of having knowledge and understanding of these scams and how scammers work really enables you to be prepared and to protect yourself and your loved ones. So very important information here. You can find more of these tips and resources, including online links of how to report a romance scam, on our website, AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Special Agent Sears, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.